what's going on, guys? It's Fatz from Mr. Fatz TV, and I'm here with Ben from Ben's Business Book Club. That's how we met.
Yep.
How you doing?
I'm good.
How's today? We're in Kensington, and you're at what's the seminar you at today?
Super Genius.
Super Genius.
By Ryan Pinnock.
Good.
Yes, very good. I recommend it.
We just did the laser technique about the
Focus.
strength and the focus that you're saying. That was a good tip just on its own, and that's already a nugget that you've got today.
Over the whole 4 days, yeah, that was at the first day, but that one really stuck.
So you've done 4 days of just self-development.
Yeah, it was intense, and there's a lot of takeaways, especially the practical ones that you get involved with, but there's a lot of notes that I need to review and put in ideas into actions, which is another step I take.
Yeah, I've got a whole list of notes I get from books. I mean, there's probably notes that I've got at home just from seeing your stuff, seeing your videos, which is nice. We met in the book club. Well, I don't think we met in the book club. I think I just randomly joined your book club.
Yeah.
And that's full of value. Anybody wants it, there's going to be a link there. That's full of value. Why did you start the Business Book Club?
Originally, I got into personal development business books, and I went through a lot of books that my dad recommended me, some friends recommended me, and I remember one day in my car thinking, being quite frustrated that every fiction book club I was in on Facebook, and I started talking about my non-fiction books or business books or self-development books that I was quite passionate about, and none of them felt the same passion towards it. So I searched around and I couldn't really find any free anyway business book clubs or non-fiction book clubs, so I thought, I played with the name a bit, and then Ben went very well with business and book club, so that's where the name came. It was very much a fluke, and it was searched on Google, so I'd done a bit of SEO to check the search engine optimization for it. But it was one distinct moment in my car that I thought, I also need a community around me of people who are willing to listen to the lessons I've shared from the books, because my family and friends are not willing to listen to that. They don't care. So I just get shot down every time I talk about these things. And one of the ways to learn is to share. So if you're getting shot down all the time, eventually you just don't want to express it, so then you're losing that area to share. So I decided to create a group that wasn't just about books, so the business name made sense. It had to be entrepreneurs, because I was running a business is a lonely journey. And it was just in that car on my way home from a meeting, I decided I'm going to create a community where I can share and have these discussions about books and business with a community of people. And I'd done it almost as a selfish reason for creating that around me, but I knew it would help other people in doing that. And that's what I've just learned today, actually, or through this weekend at the seminar, that if you help yourself first, then you can help everyone else. If the plane's crashing and you need an oxygen mask, you need to put it on yourself first before you can help someone else.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of what I'd done. I didn't realise it until I learned about what happened in that experience. So I decided to do something that was out of genius and passion or purpose, and out of that I've created something quite amazing that everyone's come into. I did explain a story before that I invited some of my friends who when they weren't ready, they weren't students, and as it says, when the student's ready, the teacher will appear. So I invited people who weren't ready to be students into the group, and they left. Even if they were my friends, they're just Ben, I'm not interested in reading books. And some of them had read some books, but they clearly weren't ready, and it kind of snowballed itself. So that's how it all kind of happened.
But it's nice it's filtered it out. I find it very, very difficult at times, like banging your head against the wall. Read this book, it will help you. People complain all the time, I hate my job, I hate my weight, I hate my money situation. Well, read this book, this will really help. I'm alright. But it will help. I'm alright. Go to this seminar. I've been up to London, not as swanky as this place, but I've been up to London and I've done these training, seminars, the weekend seminars, myself and the camera guy here. We went up to did a weekend seminar, and you just find so much value for it. And the people in your book club, you can tell that they're very heavily into self-development because they're sharing it, they're helping each other, and like you say, it is that community base that's really, really nice, and connecting with the right people. So, you know, I can definitely relate when you say sometimes you really are banging your head against the wall when you could really help someone, but they just choose not to.
Yeah, and it's you're doing it as it's a nice thing to do. You think it's a nice thing to do for them, but they're not ready, and it's something I've just learned to accept that they'll be, when they're ready, you'll know, and that's when you can invite them into your group, or they'll request to join and fill out the form that I ask people to nicely fill out, which 40 members have not approved into the group, haven't filled out the form, because like that's what I want people to. I now want people, instead of inviting them or stuffing books down their neck, so to say, and instead I want them to jump over walls and hurdles to get to the book club. You know what I mean? So then, like for example, when at conferences we see it happen all the time, where there's the pitch comes at the end, and they give you that scarcity, say, well, if you don't sign up today you won't get it for this price, you'll have to pay this price if you decide later. So it's like Ryan Pinnock done a good job of actually just trying to relate to people through integrity and values, and through his values I was very attracted to just everything he said, and he didn't really push on that pitch today. So like I knew in that moment there that I still needed to do it today, because by the time the rational brain kicks in, I'm not going to do that. So I do think we should have some type of barrier, like someone mentioned about locking the front door on a doctor's clinic. He locked the front door and his business skyrocketed from that simple change, and it was because of the idea of like exclusivity. Like you're not getting in here unless you try harder than that. You can't just knock on the door and you'll get in. You've got to find the guide or whatever to get into that. And I think it's that like challenge to get somewhere makes you want to get there even more.
I've read back to books. I read about the scarcity effect, and there was a study once with a jar with like 2 cookies in and another jar with 10 cookies, and out of the study everybody wanted the 2 cookies because they thought there was something special about them. That's why they sold out, because they were actually the same cookie. But when they did the study, because of the scarcity and, you know, that limited time or that limited price, you know, so I think it's really good that you can do it within book clubs, business book club, because obviously you've got that kind of, you come through these filters to get here. If you're serious about it, then obviously you can get in it. Which is great. One thing I was going to talk to you about is, are you getting everybody's email address?
Yes.
Email marketing I'm looking into heavily now, and the people in the book club would really, I feel, would benefit from hearing from you via email.
Yes.
Because you're full of knowledge.
It's a plan. So there's a strategy that's not yet a strategy. So I wanted everyone's email address so I could stay in touch with them, regardless of what happens to Facebook. And I think everyone should plan that. Because when we're using Facebook or Google or Amazon to generate a business, we're using third parties. And it's good to rely on like all 3 of them as like sort of different pillars, but if you rely on just one, then you lose. You can, if something changes in Facebook, like ad prices go up, then you can lose everything just like that. So getting people's email and compile, like I have a sticky note on my laptop that is obviously everywhere when I take my laptop, so it says compile your email list. That's all it says, and it's got that one focus to compile your email list, and that's kept it in the subconscious mind to remember to do that. And then from that idea, I heard at another conference someone says that you can ask people a list of questions, which I knew about, but they suggested that you made a required field with a star as you fill out forms on websites to say email address, so they don't get in unless they put their email address in. And that shows a bit of that commitment as well, jumping over the hurdle. Like people resist even more when they have to give an email because they think you're going to spam. And I actually got a message from someone saying that here's my email address, but please don't spam me. So like you have to. I think you want, when you do that, people are committing more. It's just like giving their email in exchange for a valuable downloadable or a video. And that's what I'm trying to do. It's the psychology behind it as well as building. I think I've built 500 emails from that since I put that in, and it's working.
That's good. Is there anything else you'd like to add to some of my viewers, obviously, about Ben's Business Book Club.
Ben's Business Book Club is a community of avid readers that are focused purely on the lessons and learning from people who have had experience and have the knowledge and have put it into books. So we want to find the best books out there because there's not enough time in our life to read crap books. So we need to focus on that list of 100 books that you're going to study in your lifetime, because we can read thousands of books in our lifetime, but if we don't read a select 100 books and study them, and they have to be very good ones to create some good results in your life. Because the worst thing I think you can do is go to the wrong seminars, read the wrong books, and end up nowhere, even though you've tried and you've went through the process of reading books and sitting in a 4-day workshop, listening to the wrong person. So I think you need to pick it intuitively, but reviews off of Amazon and gathering all that and bringing it into a Facebook group where people are giving like total authenticity on their reviews. Because on Amazon people do almost give an incentive for getting reviews, or have systems to get reviews that people weren't really passionate about the group. So that's the main focus about the group, is that we're reading good books, we're reading it together, we can learn from everyone, as like Ralph Waldo Emerson says, and every man I meet, they are my superior in some way, and in that I am a student or a pupil. It's a great quote about how having a community of 1,000 people who are also reading lots of books. There's people reading way more books than me in that group, and people I'm learning a ton from. So by setting up that community around me, I've valued just from the people joining it. So that aspect alone of going to a seminar or joining a community like that, of getting these people, like-minded people around you, the vibe that you get from that and the knowledge you receive from that through experience and wisdom and books is just phenomenal. It's a massive step up in your personal development.
Yeah. Well, I think what we'll do is we'll wrap up there. We're going to put the links on here. Thank you very much for coming on.
No problem.
We'll see you soon.
Yes.
You've never looked at yourself in the mirror and said, you let you down. Until you get to that point, you let you down. You're not brave enough. You want to put it on somebody else. The reason why I'm not successful is because of my boss. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I'm not getting up on time. I'm not going to work on time. I'm not putting in 120% when I'm at work. I let me down.
I'ma work to my last breath. I'ma hustle to my last breath.